Hello, and welcome to the Stephen Howell Earth and Space Science Show. Today we're going to be talking about five Canadian contributions to the space program. And to start off, we're going to talk about the Canadarm, and that works on the ISS, the International Space Station, and it's been operating since 1981. And its job is to transport, maneuver, and fix different things on the International Space Station, which is pretty important because I'm sure there's a lot of electronics and things that are on the International Space Station, so things probably get broken very often, and basically the Canadarm helps fix those problems, also transports things to place, and it's actually capable of lifting 733 pounds, which it is a lot, but in space, zero gravity, so it's not that much, but still, 733 pounds is a lot. So the next one that we're going to talk about is it hasn't been actually made yet, but right now Canadian scientists are working on what's going to be the first greenhouse in space. And sorry. And that is going to be very important for when we do long-term planetary explorations. And yeah, because when you're exploring a planet, you're going to need like some sort of, if you're going to be there for a long time, like days, and you're going to need like some sort of like place to get food and, to get food and nutrients from the things that you're going to grow in your greenhouse. So yeah, that's what it's going to be used for, and it's pretty important. The third thing that we're going to talk about is the space vision system. And what that is basically in space, conditions can go from extremely dark to extremely bright, and it makes it really hard for astronauts to determine whether like something's really far away, or like it makes it hard for them to like see distance and speeds with their naked eye. So the Canadian Space Vision System, which was thought about 3 decades ago, basically uses TV cameras as sensors to help astronauts see better, and then giving information about like a specific target or thing that they have to do, and so they have an easier time locating it. And it also helps the Canadarm and Canadarm2. There's two Canadarms, helps them do their work. So it's very important for our International Space Station. The third thing is the microgravity isolation mount. And a quick rundown. When astronauts attempt to do their science experiments in space, like spacewalks on the outside of the International Space Station, they can find like the results being like bungled by like tiny disturbances in microgravity, and that can be caused by like onboard equipment like fans or thrusters, or even by the movement of the astronauts themselves. So to make it easier, Canadians developed the microgravity isolation mount, and it uses like magnetic levitation to protect fragile equipment from the spacecraft's vibrations. So it basically stabilizes everything, so it's like easier to operate and stuff. And yeah, so that's also another pretty important contribution. So the last thing that we're going to talk about is the landing gear on the Apollo lunar module. And basically the landing system was designed by Canada's own Heru DevTech. And the Apollo lunar module was the first vehicle to take humans to another surface beyond Earth. And it faced a tight like timeline in the space race between U.S. and Russia. So that guy, produced the landing gear systems used in all 6 moon landings, and their hardware can still be found on the moon today. So, without that specific Canadian, well, we probably would have made a landing gear, but he was responsible for 6 of the landing gears that we used to get on the moon. So, those are 5 Canadian contributions to the space program. I hope you learned something today. I sure did. So next time we'll be talking about why Mars is not a suitable planet for life.